tips for sustainable wealth for everyone and anyone every Friday 7 p.m. UTC by Fluffy and Alex. A battle between a ferocious giant and a little hobbit. Does our small fella have a chance? VeChain versus AirDAO, previously known as Ambrosus, two layer 1 blockchains specializing in the supply chain category. Who has the better price performance, what to choose for the long term, tokenomics, and the most recent developments that can unlock secret insights and boosts to our portfolio. VeChain has been doing pretty good, as you will see, but I think our little habit has decided to fight back. You will see what I mean really soon. Alex, back to you.
Hello guys, let's begin with price performance, or which crypto would have made us more money through the years. If we compare those fighters since July 2018, when both projects were live for the general public, it is as clear as day that VeChain has dominated in the ring. The only time that AirDAO could compete is in the bull cycle of 2021. Since August of 2020, AirDAO, the blue line, even managed briefly to outperform VeChain. Get this, if we invested $1,000 in August of 2018 into AirDAO, today we would have $150 left for our pleasures. Not good.
Not good.
Investing in the same amount for the same time period into VeChain would fill our pockets with $2,500. I would say this is quite decent since we have seen tremendous bear market and a lot of crypto disasters in 2022. Talking about crypto crashing in 2022, always remember to keep your assets safe, guys, in your own crypto wallets. If you want to support our channel and have one of the safest places to store your crypto, then purchase a ledger using our affiliate link that you can find in the description down below. Now, let's have some fun with tokenomics, or which crypto fighter is better for our portfolio in the long run. VeChain is almost 100 times bigger than AirDAO, with a market cap of $1.4 billion. AirDAO has a valuation of $17 million. At this point, there are 72.5 billion VET tokens circulating out there, and 1.2 billion AMB tokens comparatively. Maximum VET tokens that can exist are 86.77 billion, almost identical to the total supply. On the other hand, I couldn't find if AirDAO has a capped supply. My guess is that it hasn't, as you will see soon enough. Total supply is 1.5 billion AMB tokens. So 83.6% of the maximum supply VeChain has already been circulating, which is really good as sell pressure from unlocked tokens can be huge. AirDAO has 80% of the total supply circulating. Knowing how fast new tokens will hit the market is much more important when the majority of the tokens haven't been unlocked. Nonetheless, VeChain has an inflation rate of around 12% per year, and AirDAO should have around 15% per year. All the VET supply is almost unlocked by now. The most probable scenario is that there are some tokens locked for business development. To tell you the truth, I couldn't find concrete data for the inflation rate on VeChain or AirDAO, but as we had maybe 7 months ago a video on VeChain versus Unibright, which has interesting info as well, you can check it later, I found out that 7 months back we had 66.7 billion VET tokens circulating, which means there is an 8.6% inflation rate for 7 months. So I'm assuming per year we would have around 12 to 15% inflation rate, which is low. There are two tokens in the VeChain ecosystem. It is important to understand their dynamics, as you could generate passive income holding VET tokens. VET tokens are used to transfer value and payments in the upper business level, and VTHO tokens are used for gas payments on the network. The two-token model was created to combat the rising price of tokens and rising cost of transactions. By holding and staking VET tokens, you get VTHO tokens, basically generating them for usage on the blockchain or selling them in the open market for passive income. When the demand for VTHO rises, its price does as well, which makes transactions on the network more expensive. VeChain Foundation can combat this in two ways. They are either reducing how many VTHO tokens are generated when staking VET tokens, which brings the supply down along with the price of VTHO, or they decrease the minimum amount of VTHO tokens needed for a transaction, thus lowering the cost of it. How that affects VET holders. To put it simply, when demand increases, VTHO price can go down as more tokens are generated, but the price of VET tokens most likely will increase and stabilize itself on a higher level than it previously was, as the supply of VET tokens doesn't increase. On the other hand, AirDAO does not have a two-token model, and in the beginning they increased the inflation rate to 10% per year, which involved its block rewards from validator staking. And as I somehow struggled to find out info on how much supply was generated at the beginning, which I never found, but eventually I managed to find allocation of AMB tokens and the release schedule from which most tokens probably are already unlocked, except maybe some tokens that are in the treasury for promotion and growth of the network. An estimated emission schedule from back then has definitely changed a lot, as we have 1.2 billion tokens circulating at this point of time and not 4 billion. What we do know is that some point in 2022 block rewards changed, which obviously affects inflation rate. Right now there are 14 AMB reward tokens per block, which should give us around 83 million new AMB tokens per year. Some clues here and there about token emissions exist, but the fact that it is not organized, concrete and easily traceable in one place is strange. Another mysterious factor that caught my eye while researching was an article that was written in June of 2022 that claimed the circulating supply to be 869 million tokens. Fast forward to September and Binance Research Academy claims the supply to be 988 million tokens. Today we saw the supply to be 1.2 billion, which suggests an increase of around 250 million AMB tokens in just 2.5 months. If we take into account Binance's September numbers, this is more than 30% inflation rate in 2 months.
Interesting. It doesn't look very good.
So I have a theory of what happened here, as more evidence in the recent development of the network will reveal later on in our Commendatory. The fact that this isn't transparent and easily tracked info from the project is not quite a good look. For now, Vechain is the winner here, but there is some interesting info coming out from our little hobbit. Guys, if you want to check another awesome crypto battle between Polygon and Casper Network, just click at the suggest video at the right top corner. Now, in Q1, VeChain had seriously huge crypto treasury, which they almost didn't touch back then. Following their report for Q2 of 2022, this treasury has dropped around 44%, mostly because all crypto assets suffered during the bear market. What's interesting is that VeChain increased their spendings in Q2 despite their treasury losing a lot of value. $10 million was spent in development, and the majority, $7.9 million, was spent on marketing.
Interesting.
And if you wonder if it was the right move to do and what were the results, then rest assured, as a huge marketing partnership was announced between UFC and VeChain. It is known that UFC brings a lot of viewership and exposure. It is evident by the numbers of Lunar Crash that by the end of September, VeChain had hit historic levels of social mentions and bullish sentiment. Although majority of treasury was spent on marketing, November 1st we saw on proof of authority 2 upgrade implemented on the network, which brought faster finality, better scalability and more. Basically, VeChain is getting ready to facilitate more demand.
As expected.
Exactly. In October, we saw another upgrade with webhooks, which happened that allows for bi-directional blockchain communication with every backend. This opens new possibilities, be it oracles or notification services, to the real world. Just recently, we saw VeChain minting $1.5 million worth of NFTs from an Italian automobile company. Seems like they started taking NFT ecosystem even more seriously. They definitely want to attract and develop their NFT space. We can see that by the things that are being built on the blockchain, like a cross-chain NFT bridge, which went live this summer. Although the primary use case is the supply chain, VeChain has the capabilities to develop its DeFi and NFT ecosystems as well. Other developments established VeChain partnering with a football team, San Marino, for more marketing and recognition. Orion One, a powerful SaaS platform, integrates collaborates with the VeChain to bring blockchain technology to the supply chain world. Amazon Web Services became technology partners to VCarbon to enable carbon management services. A partnership with Nito ETP finals for more marketing and recognition happened this October. Currently, there are around 100 apps on VeChain. What is a bit disappointing is that their DeFi ecosystem, which has $2.1 million total value locked, this is nothing. This value comes from two decentralized exchanges that exist on VeChain. I know that it's not their primary focus, so we can't be too harsh here. Guys, do you like VeChain or not? Tell us in the comments.
Comment down below.
Now, let's unveil the mystery of what happened with AirDAO in September. As we can see, there was huge amount of trading volume on centralized exchanges, reaching $130 million with a market cap of just $20 million. Evidently, exactly that time is when previously known as Ambrosus, the project announced that they are rebranding to AirDAO with a new CEO and a renewed focus on more utility in the supply chain industry. As the project seemed to be dying till then, the team has made the decision to rebrand and push forward with the new exchange listings, like adding new pair for trading on Binance. At the same time, they secured a $2 million strategic deal with a firm that provides market-making services. The deal came with a loan of 250 million AMB tokens provided by AirDAO to facilitate market-making services. And here, ladies and gentlemen, where our little hobbit gave its money, and the mystery of more circulating supply coming into the market in the last months is solved. Those 250 million tokens that were probably taken from the treasury are considered unlocked now. But how much more there are to be unlocked? Don't know, guys. I really don't know. And this is definitely very concerning. Transparency is key in this space, and even after rebranding, it doesn't seem like a priority to them.
As it looks like it's very suspicious.
In October, the promotion continued from Binance in the form of airdrops and more. A very positive sign was the launch of the Ethereum bridge in November. More exchange listings came in November as well, like MXC Global and KuCoin launching one pair in November 8th. As seen by their light paper from 2020, they had a goal for the near future to onboard 600 Apollo nodes on the blockchain. In that point of time, they had 198 nodes. This goal was surely not achieved, as today we have only 150 nodes, even less than they had back then. The adoption of their blockchain and services is limited to maybe 3 use cases, like NDS integrating Ambrosus to provide beef traceability, and this was back in 2018. Since then, no huge partnerships or companies integrating the network occurred. All in all, AirDAO tries to revive itself from the dead. Will it succeed or not remains to be seen. The only steps we saw them take at this point is in the direction of marketing and recognition through exchange listings. If this little hobbit wants seriously to compete with giants like VeChain, then it definitely needs to up its game, build and attract more people in its network, secure more adoption through strategic partnerships, and more. It is definitely not a project I would hold for the long term. If we see development and adoption in the real world, then I could consider it. For now, VeChain is my choice, as it was back 7 months ago. VeChain has a very attractive dual token model with capped supply, real world adoption, and huge partnerships since the beginning, and it seems like it keeps building and increasing its recognition. What do you have to say, Flav?
Yeah, so we've done previous episodes, previous videos about VeChain. VeChain looks like a very promising project. And as we know, the chain supply narrative is becoming more and more important daily because of how the world is evolving, and definitely deserves a position in both long and short term. I mean, like trading and holding for the long term. AirDAO is also an interesting use cases, and it's good for comparing the two coins and see how things can be done wrong and how things can be done the right way. AirDAO might be promising in the coming bull market, but only for day trading or even swing trading.
Well, if they manage to do a miracle and revive themselves and increase their adoption and recognition, well, who's it?
Yeah, as I said before, this video should be focused on the fact what can be done the wrong way and what it can be done the right way, especially if you consider that they have very similar use cases.
Exactly.
Okay. way. So thank you for watching, guys. If you like the episode and want to support the channel, please like, subscribe, push that notification bell button, share, check if you remain subscribed to us, and comment down below. Thank you. Bye bye. Till next time.
They call me a